Applying for a gaming license in the US. Tips from a specialist. Could you introduce yourself and tell us about your background in the gaming industry?
Sure. My name's Fintan Costello. I am co-host of the Gambling Files podcast. Before that, I was chairman and CEO of Bonus Finder, which was a super large affiliate that got acquired by Gambling.com Group. Before that, then I've had various roles in the gambling industry, PokerStars, Paddy Power, led the gambling team at Google, and so I've done lots and lots of things in the industry.
Cool. What led you to apply for a US gaming license?
That's where the money was. We decided to apply for US licenses back in the early days when it was just New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and there was lots of big CPAs being thrown around, and we decided, let's go get a license and go collect that money.
Was it complicated to apply for a US gaming license?
Oh, it was so complicated, and it literally became my full-time job. I became the master of license paperwork. Super complicated. I'm a native English speaker, but the business language used is very American-centric. The forms are designed for American companies. They're not designed for international companies. Luckily, we had great legal support from our lawyers, but it was probably one of the most complicated bits of paperwork I've ever done in my life.
You mentioned having your fingerprints once. Did you need to do this for all applications or only for certain states?
That was super bizarre. So every state did it differently. And then every state would look for a little bit more. So some states you didn't need fingerprints. It was just like a vendor registration. Some states you needed 2 sets of fingerprints, one for the FBI, which always sounds really scary, and then one for the local state police. But when you read the paperwork, they make it sound really simple. Oh, just go to your local state police and they will give you the special cards that you need to get the fingerprints. And when I was sitting in Amsterdam at the time, it's like, well, I can't do that. Have I got to fly to America, collect these cards? Who does the fingerprints? How does this work? And then some used different cards, so it wasn't just a standardized card. And without you, we'd have been done for, because there's no way we'd have navigated that.
How did the application process in the US go after you submitted all the required document? Did you receive your gaming license quickly?
It depended on the state. Some states were pretty quick. They were turning it around in a couple of weeks. Some states took a bit longer. Other states like Pennsylvania, they would give you a temporary license, so you're allowed to operate while they processed your application. So it really depended. Every state is like its own little country, and it just operates to its own rules.
Is there anything else you would like to share about your experience with applying for a gaming license? What is important to know in such a process?
It's a lot of paperwork. Get all your paperwork together, like tax records, bank statements. It helps if you don't have criminal records or court cases or bankruptcies or anything like that. Definitely use ILSA for your fingerprints. That was so hard to find somebody certified to give the fingerprints. And top tip also is coffee grounds is how you get the ink off your fingers. That's one of the top tips from ILSA that I also learned. So I want to share that with the world.
In need for fingerprints? Feel free to reach out at www.fingerprints&screening.nl